Good morning. How are we? Happy Monday, happy new week, happy whatever day it is that you are stumbling across this video. So this week, I want to give you a really quick 5-minute exercise that literally can change your life. And the way it changes your life is that it changes the neural pathways in your brain. So if you want to figure out how to quickly and easily change the pathways and work out and understand what neural pathways are, then keep watching. So hi, if you are new here, I'm Jane. This is me, this is my channel, this is my blog, this is what I do. I pop over here every single Monday and upload something to the channel, and it's things to do with mindset, with manifestation, with just feeling good. I do not believe that any of us should go through our lives feeling bad, feeling like everything's against us, and not having the things that we want, right? We have one life. We have one life and we want to live it to the max, feeling good about ourselves. So that is what I'm all about. I give you tips and techniques and tricks to put into practice just to allow you to change the thoughts in your brain, because I truly believe if you change the things that go on in here, you can change everything that you perceive and see out here. And this week is no exception to that. So this week I'm going to teach you a quick 5-minute exercise that is going to change the neural pathways in your brain. So for those of you that have not seen my video on neural pathways, I'm just going to give you a quick little example of what they are. So we all have pathways in our brain, and they the synapses kind of fire and stick together. So if you, for example, have a thought that goes on in your head that I am not good enough, I am too fat, I'm hopeless, I'm not successful, I can't do that. If you say that thing to yourself or think that thing to yourself silently, it doesn't even have to be an out loud thing. If you say it over and over again, then your brain forms a neural pathway and sticks that together. And that's actually a wired pathway within your brain. That's a really simplified version of what it is, but that's exactly what happens. And then so because you've got that wired pathway, that neural pathway in your brain, it's then going to go, well, I am here to make my person like the truth. I can't make you be a liar. Your brain wants you to be right. It wants you to be correct in your thinking. And so if all you're thinking is those negative, I can't do it, I'm not successful, I'll never do that, it goes off because it's fired that pathway and stuck it together. It goes off and it finds you things that proves to you that you're never going to have it, that you're not successful, that you can't do it, because it wants you to be true. It wants to keep you safe and it doesn't want to make you a liar. So the more you think those negative thoughts, the more the brain wires those thoughts in, so they become a neural pathway, and the more it then goes off and shows you proof as to why that thing is true. The good news is it is really easy to change the neural pathways, to think better thoughts and to wire better things together in your head. So if you, for example, go, oh, you know what? No, I'm going to listen to Jane. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to change my thoughts. And I'm going to go, I am successful. I am successful. I am, and affirm that and make that the internal chatter. Then just with the first example, your brain goes, okay, I am successful. Neural pathway stuck together. Now I'm going to go off because I can't lie. I'm going to go off and I'm going to show you all the reasons why you are successful, all the reasons why you can do it. And so it forms the new neural pathway. And then the better thought, the better thing, the new thing that you're saying to yourself over and over again, that sticks in your brain and that becomes a wired neural pathway. And then you see success and you see why you can be successful. This is kind of explained in, I've told you my little yellow car. story before. I'm just going to very, very quickly, for those of you that haven't seen or heard any of that, I'm going to give you a really solid example, right? We bought about 5 or 6 years ago, we bought a tiny little yellow car, bright yellow. We call it Sunny. It's kind of the colour of this pen. So it's like, yeah, you know, in your face yellow. Prior to us buying that car, I never noticed yellow cars, never saw them, didn't see them anywhere. Whenever we went out, nothing. Like there was black and there was white and there was red. I never saw yellow cars. We then bought Sunny, and then suddenly this colour car is in my field of vision. It's in my reality. It's in my head. It's a pathway that's wiring itself. I see yellow cars. I see yellow cars because that was what I was seeing every single day. Now, literally when we go out, every single place I go to, I see cars that are this colour, every single place, because there was a pathway that fired in my brain when we bought that car that's a different colour to any cars I'd had before. Suddenly, I see yellow cars, I see yellow cars, I see yellow cars. My brain wants me to be right? Because on my driveway, every single night, there's a little yellow car. And so, because my brain doesn't want me to lie, and because there's a pathway that's formed in my head that says cars are yellow, everywhere I go, I see bright yellow little cars. They're always little too. They're never big cars. They're always exactly like my car. So there's a really good example of when you're not even trying, when you're not even forcing yourself to think a thing, how your brain is gonna wire those pathways. And so in the beginning, when you start to try and do these, when you try and start to affirm better things, and when you try to talk better to yourself in your head and stop the negative thought, it might feel a little bit forced, but the more you do it, the more it becomes second nature, the more it then becomes something that you just do on autopilot. And before you know what's going on, you're thinking those better thoughts all of the time. And so in this really quick 5-minute exercise that I'm going to give you this week, this is going to speed that process up for you. It's going to take all the force out, and it's going to allow you to just do this maybe once in the morning, once at night, sitting at traffic lights if you've got time, you know, just whenever you've got a break in your day, literally a couple of minutes, sit and do this exercise, and it will rewire the pathways for you without you really having to do much at all. So there's 5 steps to it. So for now, I just want you to get really, really comfortable. I am just going to go away because I don't want you sort of looking at me. This is not a meditation, but I'm going to walk you through the steps. I'm going to take you through them one by one. So I'm just going to put a picture up. So if you're watching this, you don't have to look at me. If you're just listening to it, that's all good too. So just for now, get yourself in a really, really relaxed position. Just, you know, you don't have to, as I say, it's not a meditation. Just relax. Just relax. Listen to my voice and I'll talk you through it. So step number 1, what I want you to do is just, as I say, close your eyes, relax, just take a few deep breaths. And then I want you to take one of your hands and place it flat against your forehead. And then take the other hand and place it on the back of your head. Just flat against your head. So you've got one on the front and you've got one on the back, almost in line with each other, but just sort of, you know, skin to skin against your forehead and against the back of your head. So in your forehead, the front of your forehead is a part of the brain known as the frontal lobe. And this is the area that manages your cognitive functions and your movements. And if we're talking about chakras, it represents your third eye, which is kind of the spiritual center of your chakras. This regulates higher awareness, imagination, and your intuition. And then, so that is where your front hand is. It's kind of over the third eye. And then the hand on the back of your head, that area of your brain is known as the occipital lobe. And that is primarily responsible for vision. So by placing your hands in that specific position, what you're doing is you're sending subtle energies into your brain and your third eye chakra at the same time. And those subtle energies will create a vibration or a pattern of pulsation from your hands that's going to add more energy to that portion of your body. And so that energy is what's going to make this little thing that I'm giving you, this little mind exercise, that's what's going to make it work. So once you've done that, step number 2 is focus on something that you want to happen. Focus on something that you want to manifest. Focus on something that you want to call into your life. And think about it with as much detail as you can. So you can imagine yourself touching this thing that you want. You can feel its texture. Does it have a sound? Can you hear it? Just use all of your senses. Can you smell it? Can you see it? Can you hear it? Can you touch it? Can you taste it? Use as much information and imagination as you can when you call this thing into your mind. What kind of energy has it got? And what kind of energy does it give you? So take a few moments to really connect with this item, with this thing, with what you are trying to actually call in and manifest in your life. And then step number 3 is give this thing a name. So if you've been trying to manifest a new car, for example, just going back to my little yellow car, give it a name. Say what it is. It's a 2020 yellow Honda Fit. That's what my car is. That's probably not what you're trying to manifest. But what about you say it's a 2023 black convertible Jaguar with a leather interior, full on walnut dashboard and a full leather coated steering wheel. See it, right? Come up with it. See it in your mind and then come up with a statement that helps you list approximately 5 physical features of it. Like I said before, leather interior, leather steering wheel, walnut dashboard, it's black. You've given it its name. You've said the year. You know what the car is. So that's 5 physical features of the item. There's no need to list more than 5. Just come up with that if you can. You don't even have to say I am or I have, which is normally what happens in these manifestation exercises. You don't need to do that. Just simply state the name of the object that you are trying to manifest out loud several times while you are thinking about it and while you've got these physical features of the thing in your head. Do this, I don't know, for about 30 seconds to a minute at the absolute most. And then step number 4, after you've got it in your brain, you're focusing on it, you've stated the name of it, you've thought of the 5 physical features, think, what are you feeling? What emotion is actually coming up for you now while you are observing yourself thinking about this thing? So give a name to that emotion. What do you feel? Are you happy? Are you excited? Are you peaceful? Are you calm? What are you feeling right now? Are you feeling rich? Are you feeling abundant? What is it that you're feeling? Give your emotion a name and then state that emotion out loud for 30 seconds to a minute, just like you did for step number 3. And then step number 5, which is just taking a moment to state out loud, this is my new truth and this is my new reality. Just say it. Just say, this is my new truth and this is my new reality. And by doing that, you establish within your mind that you are forming this new belief, that you have this thing, that this thing is yours. This is my new truth. This is my new reality. I have this thing in my life now. You know, it's yours. It's in your life. You've told it. You've come up with it. You have commanded your brain to form this new belief that you already have this thing. And you're declaring it to be true. And your brain, because it doesn't want you to be a liar, will actually work. It will go to work on the process of that thing. It will make this your reality. It will make this your truth because it doesn't want you to be a liar, as we said in my little yellow car story. And then just step number 6, just to finish off, with your hands still on the front and back of your head, open your eyes, and just for another 30 seconds to a minute, just continue to think about your new manifestation, this thing that you have called into your brain, this thing that you are wiring a new neural pathway for. How does it make you feel? See it. Imagine it like you've done in all the steps with your eyes open, your hands still on the front and back of your head. Think about it. How is it making you feel? What is it? What have you called into your reality? What is now your new truth? Just keep thinking about it. And as you're thinking about it with your eyes open, move your eyes to the left and to the right several times. To the left and to the right, to the left and to the right, to the left and to the right, quite quickly in almost like a flickering motion. Because what this does, this is the trick, this processes the stimulation on both the left and right hemispheres of your brain simultaneously. And when both sides of the brain work together in unison, that makes the results much more powerful. In essence, what it does is it locks in the information that you have just given it. So basically, by doing that rapid eye movement, left and right, left and right, left and right, you are locking in that thing that you have just called in. You are locking that thing into your reality, and you are telling your brain with as much power as you possibly can, this is mine. This is my reality. This is what I want. You've given it emotion, you've given it a name, you've been specific, you've given 5 features, and now you're just locking it into place and forming the new neural pathway. All right, that is it from me for this week. Go and do this one, give it a try, give it a chance. Let me know how you get on, and I'll see you next week. Bye.